Authority, where she supervises a group of development specialists who coordinate the formulation of social sector development plans and policies. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Director Myrna Clara Asuncion.
Undersecretary Tione, Mr. Anastacio, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm here with you this morning to present the country's development, our goals for the long term, and also what we need to do with respect to the medium term, especially with regard to accelerating human capital development. Let me start with what you have heard earlier, Ambisyon Natin 2040. What is this animal? On October 2016, President Duterte signed Executive Order Number 5, adopting the 25 years long-term vision entitled Ambisyon Natin 2040 as Guide for Development Planning. This is the first time that a high level, the country's executive is embarking or has put stake with respect to long-term planning. The long-term vision would then serve as an anchor for our medium-term development planning across different political administration, meaning not only with this President Duterte's administration, and because this is 25 years, we expect another 3 years of administration down the line. So imagine, we are setting ourselves for this very ambitious, courageous development objective. So what is actually Ambisyon Natin 2040? We ran several focus group discussion and conducted a national survey in 2015, and we asked, ano nga ba ang uri ng pamumuhay ang gusto nating mga Pilipino? Our simplest summation is, Filipinos want a matatag, maginhawa at panatag na buhay para sa lahat, or strongly rooted or stable, comfortable and secure life. The aspirations are family-centered. Even children envision a life that includes their parents. On education, almost all respondents indicated that they want their children to finish college. For those who have not yet finished college, their preferred field of study are science and teacher training, followed by business administration and related fields. Majority of Filipinos want to work. Hindi po tayo tamad. We find that they want decent jobs, which they define as having good income, having benefits and incentives, particularly insurance and retirement benefits, and having being stable or being secure. Interestingly, large majority want to be entrepreneurs. They want to be either business owner or self-employed, but this is a type of employment that is inherently risky and prone to instability. Being family-centered, almost 7% of Filipinos want to work in the Philippines rather than work abroad. This significantly this signifies that Filipinos prepare to work in the Philippines rather than outside the country, but there are conditions. As long as they may be able to achieve the simple and comfortable life that they wish to attain for themselves and for their families. In response to these aspirations, we now have Ambisyon Natin 2040, by which time we will already have a prosperous, predominantly middle-class society where no one is poor. Our peoples will enjoy long and healthy lives, are smart and innovative, and will live in a high-class society. As I've said earlier, EO number 5 is very courageous. It is courageous enough to identify the 3 development goals by 2040. We just need to remember 3 things. The promise of Ambisyon Natin 2040. 1. Triple the real income of Filipinos. 2. No one is poor. 0 poverty. And 3. No one is hungry. 0 hunger. These are the measures that we will need to attain the indicators by 2040. We're saying that we are able to present ang matatag, panatag, at maghahawa to all of the Filipinos when we attain these 3 development goals by 2040. May deadline po. And so, the first Philippine Development Plan, which is for 2017 to 2022, is the first of the 4 Philippine Development Plans towards Ambisyon Natin 2040. And the objective of this plan is that by the end of 2022, more Filipinos will be closer to achieving their mission for a matatag, maginhawa at panatag na buhay. We have set our targets and the strategies that fall under these major pillars of malasakit, color-coded po, yellow for the malasakit, blue for the pagbabago, and green for patuloy na paglugunlad. And we see that there are cross-cutting strategies. Sila po yung tawag nating bedrock strategies in pink code. So hindi na lang po natin i-sign. But for many of the government workers and the stakeholders that we have been partnering with, kabisado na po nila yan. So 3 years into the implementation of the PDP 2017 to 2022, a number of critical and broad-based reforms have been put in place. Much awaited reforms are finally taking root, but more are needed to maintain the momentum. We're saying that we need many things to be done now because we cannot do this when we reach 2040 or starting 2035 when we are near the finish line. We have implemented key reform programs and kinote na po na previous slides. So, these are the accomplishments. We color-coded po. So, we will give you the slides para for you to namnamin. And we also have already prepared for you the major accomplishments, again, by color code. So, this will help you in crafting the national workforce strategy later on. Kasi alam na natin, ano yung nagawa, and what needs to be done. But this is just as I've said. The first step, 1/4 pala, wala pa nga po tayo, 1/4 towards 2040. These are the accomplishments. So, in the past 3 years, we have this goal of becoming an upper middle income country by 2022. And I think most of the economists are saying we are supposed to achieve this year. Malapit na po. What's the implication of being upper middle income or higher middle income country? Wala na pong grants. Wala nang, from our OTAs, wala nang free assistances. Kailangan mag-loan na tayo. Malungkot. But it also means that for the private sector, the cost of doing business is now cheaper. Yun naman po yung gusto natin. And this is what we think that is more stable for the country. To include the private sector and make them the driver of growth. We say that growth has also been inclusive because dito po tayo mayabang. Look at the poverty incidence. We set a target of reducing poverty by 2022 to about 14%. And what did the FIES told us in 2018? Poverty incidence is now at 16.6%. Malapit na po sa 14. So kung malapit na sa 14, what will we do in 2022? Siguro less than 14. Pinahirapan po natin yung sarili nila. Let's try to target poverty incidence of 11% by 2022. And we think that we can do this because of what we have attained. Mabilis lang po kasi from around 23.3% in 2015, in just 3 years, it went down to 16.6%. So it means we can do it. Nahuhuli yata yung slides ko. So ito yung headline indicators natin. For the PDP, we only have 3 headline indicators to determine if we are nearing our target or the development objectives that we have set. And these are economic growth rate, poverty incidence, and unemployment rate. So in the next slide, we have remarkable achievements with respect to employment, not only with respect to the numbers or increasing people, the workers who are employed, but also in terms of quality. How do you determine if unemployment is of quality? Underemployment rate has declined. So from 17% in 2017, it is now down to 15%. And if you look at the targets, we have done much with respect to the targets. Thank you, everyone.